Welcome back to All This Math. This is Professor Parker. Make sure you are subscribed to the All This Math YouTube channel. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share this video with at least one person and drop a comment if you feel so inclined in the comment section. Now, today's video is brought to you all by the women on this T-shirt: the late Harriet Tubman, Assata Shakur, the late Fannie Lou Hamer, and the late Ida B. Wells. All right. If you're unfamiliar with these sisters, please go get familiar. Get familiar. It's very important. All right. One is here in physical essence in Cuba, Assata Shakur, civil rights activist, human rights activist, former member of the Black Panther Party, former member of the Black Liberation Army. The other three sisters are in the spiritual realm. All right. There's a lot that we can learn from them. Okay. Now, fractions. What are we about to do now? We're about to multiply these two fractions. Multiply these two fractions. 2/3 times 4/5. 2/3 times 4/5. What does that even mean, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you think about math as a language, right? This represents 2/3 of 4/5. The multiplication sign is like the word of. So this is like, what would my product be if I took 2/3 of 4/5? So let's think about it like this, right? Let's draw a diagram that represents 4/5. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a rectangle. I'm gonna divide this rectangle up into 5 equal parts. That's what that denominator tells us. How many equal parts do I have? So let's say I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I got 5 equal parts, and I'm just trying to clean this drawing up a little bit. It's cool. I got 5 equal parts, and then I am focused on 4 of them. So then I'm gonna draw and pick green. Yeah, Sada got her artwork over here. She left. You know what I'm saying? I think it's pretty high quality. So I figured I'd leave it up there. You know what I'm saying? So 4/5. So we got 5 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're focused on 4 of them. So we're gonna shade in 4. That's 1. That's 2. Feel free to do this along at home on your own paper. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 4/5. All right. Now, you want to take 2/3 of that. 2/3 of that. So how am I going to represent that? I'm going to draw vertical lines. Ugh, it's ugly. I hate that. You know what? This be getting on my nerves, man. I hate when lines don't be straight. I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist. It's like a toxic trait, I think. All right, so 4/5. Now 2/3. That means we got another object that has 3 equal parts, and we're focused on 2 of those. So that means I'm gonna draw 2 vertical lines to create 3 equal parts, 3 vertical rectangles, vertical inside of here. So I'm gonna do one right there, then I'm gonna do one right there, and I'm gonna shade in 2 of those. Let's do I don't know, let's do purple. So I'm shading in 2 of those. So I'm shading in and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now, if I take 2/3 of 4/5, my product is going to be the overlap. Everywhere there's purple over top of green. Everywhere there's purple over top of green. But first, think this though, right? What should my denominator be? My denominator is going to be the total number of boxes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's going to be my denominator, right? And then my numerator is going to be the number of boxes that are shaded with 2 colors, right? The purple and the green, the overlap, the overlap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice I did not include these because these are only green. I did not include these because these are only purple. It's all about the overlap. Because we think about it conceptually, we're taking 2/3 of 4/5. We started out with 4/5. 4/5 was we got five equal parts, horizontal lines, five equal parts, and we focused on four of them. One, two, three, four. That's four. That's four out of five. This one was not accounted for. That's the fifth. That's the fifth that we don't deal with. We're dealing with these four, the 4/5, not the fifth, right? And then we take 2/3 of that. 2/3 of that. So 2/3 of that, you know what I'm saying? And we do the vertical, right? Vertical lines, right? Create three equal parts. My denominator is three. I need three parts. My denominator is three. I need three parts. My denominator was five. I needed five parts. One, two, three, four, five. So my denominator is three. I need three parts, right? And then I got two of them. I'm focused on two of them. So that's why I colored two of them. I don't color this one because I'm only focused on two of them. I follow the numbers. The numbers are my instructions. So I got two, right? And then I shade in only where there's overlap. So that's why we get 8/15. Now, I also draw a box around this because this is my final answer. And I know I can't reduce it because the common factor between 8 and 15 is 1. It's 1. So, because I can't, there's no other number that 8 and 15 have in common that they can divide by evenly, right? Because the factors of 8 are 8, 1, 4, and 2. The factors of 15 are 15, 1, 5, and 3. They don't have nothing in common except for the number 1. Whenever your common factor between your numerator and denominator is 1, that means you can't reduce the fraction. You can't reduce the fraction. Leave it alone. You're done. Stick a fork in it. Pack it up. You're done. All right? So the answer or the product, because the product is the result when you multiply two factors, this is a factor and this is a factor, is 8/15. And we also see it. Even if we didn't draw this schematic or this diagram right here, you still would have known from multiplying horizontally. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. But this is important right here. This is important to understand. If you're a teacher, this is important for your students to see. If you're a parent, grandparent, uncle, auntie, whoever, this is important for your children to see, right? So they can see the concept conceptually. What does this really mean, right? Many years ago, I learned this. I learned how to multiply. I knew my multiplication factor. This was cake to me. But I didn't really understand what was happening. I didn't understand that this really meant you taking 2/3 of 4/5. And also, I wasn't thinking about in my head, like, well, what does 4/5 even look like? What does 4/5 even mean? You know what I'm saying? 4/5 looks like this, right? 5 rows or 5 equal parts, and 4 of them are accounted for or colored in. All right, and then I'm taking 2/3 of that because math is a language. Math is a language. Multiplication, a multiplication sign represents the word of. Of. You feel me? All right. So that's that. All right. Multiplication, something light, but this is the key right here. Being able to see, and like this might be fun for your students. You know what I'm saying? Fun for your students, fun for your children. Might be fun to just draw and get to see the concept, get to see the math come to life. Because a lot of students be like confused, and when the problems get more tricky, we start dealing with word problems. If they don't understand the concept, which this teaches, right, those problems become more difficult. So, as parents, please don't get upset, get frustrated with what y'all call the new math. All it is showing why this makes sense, showing why this is 8/15, right? Just showing it, right? Because we got 15 boxes all together, and 8 of them are shaded in with 2 different colors. That's why it's 8/15. All right. So remember, do your research on Harriet Tubman. I know we always hear about Harriet Tubman for Black History Month every month, but how many of us really know Harriet Tubman? How many of us, for real, keep it 100? How many of y'all actually read a book about Harriet Tubman in your life? Not many of us. Keep it a bean. Don't front, right? Study Harriet Tubman. You know what I'm saying? Books have been written about her. Harriet Tubman. Assata Shakur. She got her own autobiography, Assata. I highly recommend it. I read that book, changed my life so much so. I named my daughter Assata. Y'all know Assata. Y'all watch the channel, right? Fannie Lou Hamer, definitely important. Down in Mississippi, down with SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, Kwame Ture, Marimba Ani, Bob Moses, Charles Cobb, people like that, Marion Barry, you know what I'm saying? Cleveland Sellers, all them type of people that was down there, trying to help, advance our people down in the South and in the the southern states. Fannie Lou Hamer was one of the local people. She also was involved with the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party in 1964. When Lyndon B. Johnson censored them and wouldn't allow the country to see her speak. He was supposed to be a friend of the Negro, right? Lyndon B. Johnson, right? Anyway, and of course, Ida B. Wells, born in Holly Springs, Mississippi, originally a school teacher, then became a writer, newspaper owner, did a lot of work with researching and documenting the lynchings that were taking place all throughout the United States of black men, right? Ended up in Chicago, where she put in a lot of work as a journalist and really did her thing. But I'm telling you, there's books written about her too, right? A lot of books written about her. All right. Also involved with the NAACP and other organizations. So definitely learn about these women and practice your math. And I'll see y'all on the next video. I'm out.